We are here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. Welcome to Business Rockstars. I'm Pat O'Brien. Our rock starlet today is Trina Albus, the founder and president of Magenta Agency. And you look beautiful in blue.
Oh, thank you so much for having me today. I'm very excited to be here.
What is Magenta Agency?
Magenta Agency is the social marketing agency for beauty brands. We launch beauty brands. We optimize beauty brands that already have a presence on social media and just really take them to the next level. And a lot of our clients are e-commerce based, so we're doing a lot of digital marketing to drive brand awareness and drive sales for these brands.
What's going on with beauty brands? I mean,
so with beauty brands these days,
I love creams. I'm a metrosexual.
Oh, good.
And I love
we'll
all
have
that
to talk.
stuff. But every time I go somewhere, there's like, I don't know how to pick them. I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, it seems that it's very easy for new brands, beauty brands, to enter the market. There's, you know, it's really easy to get your brand out there, but it's hard to connect with consumers. So there's so much competition. So what we do is really try to connect our brands to the digital influencers out there to get the word out and spread the word. So that's really a change that's happening in the beauty space, is there's so much to choose from. You want to talk to somebody that you trust to help you figure out, what should I buy? Because there are so many choices out there.
Is it true that when you buy a new beauty brand, it works better than whatever you were using right away?
Well, you know, you would hope so.
No, but I mean, it's like the change is suddenly better.
I think it's because your skin can get a little bit lazy when you use the same thing over and over again, and when you get...
Did you call me lazy?
I did not call you lazy. It's the product that's lazy.
Okay.
So then you try a new product and it seems to work really good because your skin is excited to have the new ingredients.
You went to Michigan.
I did go blue.
Have you ever been in Rick's?
I have. I used to live on the same street as Rick, so I spent a lot of time there.
Rick's
it got
is
me...
a very famous college bar, should we call it?
Yeah. I spent a lot of nights there getting me through all of those tough times.
So did I. Back when I was drinking, man, you couldn't get me out of Rick's.
It's a really fun place.
And you love Ohio State, right?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say.
All right, so what'd you study at Michigan?
I was an economics major. I started my freshman year as an engineer, thinking that I wanted to be an industrial engineer, and I just didn't like it. So I switched to economics, and I really loved it. I did really well. I love numbers and math.
Theory or number? Oh, you did
microeconomics.
Yeah.
I love math and statistics and numbers.
Yeah. I went to SICE.
Oh, okay.
What was your first job?
My first job was a management consultant at Price Waterhouse. I was actually a computer programmer. So those were the days.
At what stage of the computers?
We were upgrading mainframe to client server right around the Y2K bug. So that was like 20 years ago.
So you stayed up all night that night?
Oh, that was a scary night, but everything was fine.
No, I remember that night.
Yeah.
I stayed up.
Well, we stayed up because we wanted to make sure we added those extra 2 digits to the year from, you know, when it hit 00, it had to be 2000 instead of 00. We thought all the computers were going to break. The whole world was going to go crazy. And it didn't. Everything was fine because we fixed it all, Pat. We fixed all the code.
You're the one.
I fixed all the code and everything's safe.
Well, I ended the Vietnam War. So
oh, well then good. You win.
So what was the worst job you ever had?
Gosh, the worst job I ever had? I mean, I did not like the hours at Price Waterhouse. I had to work 90 hours a week.
Let's not talk about hours.
Huh?
Be grateful you had a job.
Well, I had to travel and I had to work in Indianapolis.
No one has to travel. You get Indianapolis is great.
Okay. Well, that was not my thing.
Okay.
I'd say a job where I was doing data warehousing all day was not a good job for me. That is just not. I need to be out talking with customers, not crunching numbers. So
that's should be.
Yeah.
We are here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. This is Business Rockstars. I'm Pat O'Brien. She's Trina Albus, and runs the Magenta Agency, which we'll get into in the next segment. Why did you decide to be did you always want to be an entrepreneur?
You know, entrepreneurship really runs in my family blood, I think. Like my dad and my grandfather and my uncle.
Everybody says grandfather.
Well, my grandfather started a grocery store in Detroit. So I'm originally from Detroit. And I'm
just amazed by that.
He just decided to start a grocery chain. And like that's like you can't get more competitive than supermarkets. So my grandfather was an entrepreneur. My father then took the business over. My uncle started his own dental practice. My cousins have their own.
I think I've been to your uncle.
Yeah, Jerry Albus, the dentist to the stars. He's since retired, recently retired, but he really misses it. And I spend a lot of time with him. He's a great guy.
Yeah. When did you decide you didn't want the 9 to 5? I'm sure it's longer hours anyway.
Yeah, I kind of go back and forth. I lived in New York City for 10 years, and I had my own technology consulting business there for a while. And then I went back into corporate working at Time Inc. So, you know, I've tried a lot of different jobs, corporate and entrepreneur, and moving to LA, I just really saw so much opportunity for entrepreneurs. It seems that it's very...
And beauty.
Yeah, and beauty, there's so much happening, and you know, the community is very supportive here. It just seems that everyone in LA has more than one job, you know, so I'm running my own business, then I also have a YouTube channel, and you know, doing all these different things, people support you, and I saw such an opportunity to help these brands, and I could do a lot more through my own business than working for someone else.
Right.
So it's exciting to me to build my own company. So.
And you were early in the digital space, right?
Yeah, I've been doing the digital stuff.
People think you're a freak. That's a bad word, but you know what I mean.
No, I think people
Or
are
do they
just,
say, what's that?
I think people are just a little bit surprised. Like when I was in college, when I was in the engineering program, one of my first homework assignments was to send an email to my professor. You know, like, hey, we've got this new thing called email. We're gonna send an email, and like that'll be your homework. So that's how far back I go, like, you know, in the beginning of the digital space. And I think, you know, people don't often believe me when I tell them that. But I just really love being in the digital space, and it's changed so much, and there's so much opportunity.
Well, it changes every day.
It changes every day, and that's why I love my job. You know, with social media, every day there's something new on one of the platforms, on Snapchat, on Facebook. So.
Now, do you deal with all these YouTubers?
I do, actually. There's so
How
many.
Excuse me.
Sure.
How many superstar YouTubers are there that you can actually help?
I wouldn't say that we're helping.
that you would want
we
to
would help the
use.
brands.
Yeah, okay.
We have about 100 influencers in our core list that we work with, but I'd say about 10 to 20% of those are the big celebrity ones. But those are the ones that command a really high price, because when you work with them, they really drive sales for the brand, right? If you partner with the right influencer, like if you're working with Michelle Phan or Candy Johnson, one of the really big ones, they're really gonna have a huge impact for the brand, and there's a price tag associated with that, right? So we try to work with, but we try to work with maybe some of the emerging ones, because some of our brands are smaller startup brands that don't have a huge budget. So we'll pair them with influencers on the rise, YouTubers that are showing great promise, but maybe have 30,000 subscribers as opposed to 4 million.
I remember I was at a red carpet. It might have been the Academy Awards or one of the ones, and I was talking to Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah?
And Jennifer Aniston. And all of a sudden, there was this scream at the end of the red carpet, which usually meant that Leonardo DiCaprio had just arrived.
Yeah, of course.
So I looked down and I said, who's that? I don't recognize. And it was Kelly Clarkson.
From American Idol.
Yeah, I know, but nobody knew who she was, including me. And she was getting like screams. And that's when I knew we were in a new era.
Yeah, the digital space connects talent with these new audiences that never could connect before. So it's really exciting to find them and connect them with my brands and help the brand get on the map, like these new brands, by finding the right partnership. Like ColourPop connected with Kathleen Lights, and it put the brand on the map, and it's just an exciting case study.
Do they have to wear the makeup or use the
They
product?
will use it in a YouTube video. Like they'll show how they love it, and they'll put it on, and they'll show how to wear it and why they love it, and it really connects with the audience, and then they want to buy the product. But it has to be authentic. They have to really love the product.
Right.
So that's our job, to find the right influencer, the right YouTuber that actually likes the product.
Why not use men?
Well, that's interesting that you bring that up,
There are
because
more men now.
are using makeup. It's like a new phenomenon. It's really exciting. And yesterday I was at Gen Beauty, which is a big beauty conference put on by Ipsy. One of my brands was there, Note Cosmetics, and there was a whole entourage of men, beautiful men, with really, really great contour and highlight and makeup. And, you know, they're an emerging new
Well,
group.
I'm not wearing makeup, but I use all the creams and
The skincare, the skincare to keep your skin looking fresh. But there's that, and there's also the color cosmetics. So there's two markets for men, and it's really expanding. It's exciting.
Do you know of any good-looking men who would be right for that?
Would you like to join my list of influencers? I think we could talk.
All right, we'll talk. I love this idea, though, that you have. We're going to get into it in the next segment. But to walk in and sort of take over, which is what I'm going to say you did, and now you're the center of attention.
My agency?
Yeah, because of your digital.
Yeah, I mean, we're the center of connecting all of the key players in the beauty space. You're right.
How many YouTubers are there?
how many YouTubers are there globally or in the US?
How many successful YouTubers are there?
Gosh,
Hundreds, thousands?
thousands. I mean, there are, I mean, anyone who has a phone and an internet connection can be a YouTuber, for real.
Yeah.
And so anyone can be a creator these days, and that's what's really exciting. So, you know, there are thousands of YouTubers, but, you know, it's up to us to cut through the clutter and find the good ones.
Right. Right. We are here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Pat O'Brien. This is Business Rockstars. We will be back in a moment. We are here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Pat O'Brien. Welcome back to Business Rockstars. Trina Albus is here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Michigan grad.
That's right, go blue.
Secretly loves Ohio State. But we're not
That's
gonna,
not true.
We're not going to get into that. It's not true. That's fake news.
That is fake news. You know the difference.
So let's talk about Magenta Agency. Why Magenta?
Magenta, there's two reasons. Number one, I was just trying to connect.
Is an answer to that?
There is, well, because, yeah, people ask me that. There's two answers. One, I was trying to connect to childhood passion, which really brought out my beauty entrepreneurship, but magenta was always the crayon color I always went for. In the whole box of crayon colors, the hot pink was always the color that resonated with me.
Right.
So I felt that was a good name. And secondly, it is aligned with how we will help your brand stand out in the crowded social media space. I feel like hot pink, magenta really stands out, and we'll help your brand stand out in the feed.
I'm colorblind. Is magenta like hot pink?
It's hot pink.
Oh, okay.
So we help you stand out, much like the color magenta.
So you've plunged into this whole community of
Yes.
of them. So how'd you do that? Well, I mean, it's a great idea, and there's plenty of YouTubers. What she does? Well, tell me what you do.
So we do marketing for beauty brands, social marketing for beauty brands. So we take brands and we post for them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, all of the major social media platforms. We're posting daily and doing all the content creation and community management, but we also are partnering brands with influencers. So there are YouTubers and beauty vloggers out there that we partner the brand with to have them try the product and then upload their own YouTube video and get the word out about that brand.
What does that cost the brand?
What we try to do, we try to be the most economical for our brands. So we will seed product, we'll gift product out to our list of influencers for free. And then if they love it, they'll post about it. And if we see that it's resonating in the community, then we'll reach out to them and say, hey, would you love to do a paid collaboration? It seems like you really love our products.
Right.
And then it ranges. If the influencer wants to do a paid collaboration, we'll
The
usually
influencer is the YouTuber.
yeah, the YouTuber and influencer is synonymous in this space today. Digital influencer. So we'll take a percentage, much like an agent would. The brand is paying us to manage their whole influencer program. So there's part of our retainer. They're paying us. We're connecting them with influencers.
Who figured this out?
I don't think anyone's figured it out yet.
Well, everybody always says that, but they're wrong. I wonder who it was who said, you know what, there's something there. Because for years, I'm a little older than you, for years, it was you can't make money on the internet. People just were completely sure that you could never make money on the internet.
Right.
But here you are.
Well, because like I was saying,
And you're making other people
well,
money.
like I was saying earlier, any brand can launch and have an e-commerce site and drive sales to their e-commerce site. You don't even need a store anymore. But what's really hard is getting people to buy your brand if they can't try it, if it's online. What better way to get the word out than partnering with an influencer or YouTuber to try it on camera for you, show you how great it is, and then drive those sales online.
Do you have a standard length for this kind of presentation?
For our client? Oh, for YouTube?
Yeah. No, for your clients.
For my
I mean,
clients?
try to do this in 2 minutes and not 20.
We normally sign our clients for 6 months, sometimes a year, to work with them. So usually we'll take like 3 months to like get everything going and get some video content up and running for them. So like that's how long our engagements usually are.
Right.
At least 6 months.
Now, what do you do?
I have 4 people working
Okay,
for me on my
so
team.
you're
So we're a
active.
small boutique agency, but I do all the strategy and I do all the numbers crunching and, direct my team for what they need to do and connect with the brands and, follow up with the brands. But I'm actually a beauty creator influencer myself. I have a YouTube channel called Beauty Beyond 40, and I film a lot at the Ipsy Open Studios here in Santa Monica. And because of that, I'm connected into that creator community. So I'm friends with a lot of these creators naturally. So I can connect my brands through them, I can connect my brands to those influencers just through what I'm doing every day anyway.
You're not 40.
I'm going to be 42 this year, Pat. That's why I'm in the beauty biz. I'll give you my skincare tips afterwards.
You're using some good products. We are here to inspire, inform, and connect the community of entrepreneurs. This is Business Rockstars. I'm Pat O'Brien. She's Trina Albus, and she runs a Magenta Agency. And she figured out how to make money on the internet and by using all these YouTubers. Be a better name for them, though.
Influencers. No?
No, there is a better name for them.
Beauty creators. Beauty creators?
Because most men, you know this, think they have bags under their eyes.
They probably do.
And I always think I do, and I know I
You
don't.
You look great.
I know, but thank you. But if I go into Sephora and I say, "What do I do about this?" and they go, "What?"
Oh.
And I say, "I just want to make my eyes look better."
So there's two things. One,
And they usually come up with a product.
Either they'll do that, or if you've done your homework and watched on YouTube and figured out the product you already want, then you march right into Sephora and say, I need this Algenist color correction product because, so-and-so told me I need to buy it. You already know. So the consumer is more informed than ever before through digital, that they know what they want, so they go into the store, or they just order it online. So it's a new landscape where, yes, the sales force needs to be educated, but the consumer is more educated than ever before.
Now, most of these influencers, do they not only use the product, but do they do a little, you said you
they'll do a video.
Yeah.
They'll do a video either.
I want to see the product work.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll either do a 1-minute video on Instagram, which is a great place to do live video, or on YouTube, it can be a longer video, 3, 4, 5, and if you're doing a makeup tutorial, it can even be 10 minutes long. And women and men will watch these videos because they want to see how to do how to use the product. So anything you're looking for, you just go into YouTube and search for it. YouTube is the second most used search engine over Google. YouTube's owned by Google, so you can imagine that's why Google's so on top. You can search for anything how to, you'll find a bunch of videos.
It's just a great idea. Did you come up with this overnight?
Gosh, I've been doing it for 5 years, but I've been in digital for so long. It was a natural transition for me.
20 years in computers.
I've been doing 20 years digital computer stuff, and I really am able now to fuse beauty with technology because marketing is really analytical and it's digital, and it's a lot more challenging than you might think. And so I can combine the best of both worlds for me.
So before we go, one of the things that probably people don't think a lot about for your agency is education.
Right. So education is actually a big component of our agency that I'm proud of. That's kind of how we differentiate ourselves in the marketplace as well.
How do you educate on so many things?
So we focus just on social media. So, the digital space is really huge, and Magenta does just social. So we will hold workshops in our office on different social media topics, and I know it's trending. So Snapchat was a really popular workshop. I had executives come in to learn finally how to use Snapchat because their kids are using it.
The Olympics changed all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, this is prior to that. And, brands started using Snapchat, and there's new advertising opportunities on Snapchat, and executives need to know what's going on so they can lead their teams more effectively, right? So I teach a lot of executives, and they don't have to be in the beauty space.
But
anyone
they gotta know
can come
how to
learn.
do it.
They have to know how to do it. And I teach at a lot of universities as well. I'll go in and do a lecture at Stanford or NYU or Otis or FIT and or UCLA, USC. So I'm asked to come in and teach students real world examples of what's happening in the digital space. And I just formed a partnership with the Association of National Advertisers. I'm going to be leading their education program around social and digital marketing, training advertisers. So it's really excited.
And you're right in the middle
I'm
of
really
it.
excited. Yes.
Trina, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a
Thanks
pleasure.
for coming in.